Peace. This is Watch for Wise Words Media back at y'all for another round. And fight fans, Turki Alalshik's plan worked masterfully. I made a video about a month or so back when there was controversy over who should be the main event. Once the main event was announced for this past Saturday's card that was going to have Hamza Sheeraz versus Edgar Berlanga as the main event, instead of Shakur Stevenson versus William Cepeda, which we all knew that should have been the main event. But, like I told y'all before in my video from a month ago, the reason why Berlanga ended up getting the main event slot wasn't because of Berlanga. It was because Hamza Sheeraz. He wanted to make Hamza Sheeraz a star, because not too many people over here in this side of the world in the East, we don't really know about Hamza Sheeraz, because he's a fighter from out there in the UK, Pakistani background, Muslim brother, just like Turki. They both Muslims. So he has a natural affinity for Hamza Sheeraz because, you know, they both share the same faith. They're both from the same side of the world. He watched Hamza Sheeraz and followed his career. We didn't over here on this side of the world. So he was familiar with Sheeraz, he believed in Sheeraz, and he felt the perfect setup to get Sheeraz's career catapulted and become a household name is by beating an American star on American soil. And he picked the right opponent, Edgar Berlanga. Edgar Berlanga, he did an incredible job building this fight up. He owned the press conference. He was hilarious. The whole joint that he did with Oscar De La Hoya, that whole bid was hilarious. And, you know, he played the Jurassic Park music for Hamza Sheeraz. He said he looked like T-Rex. So it was funny. He owned the press conference. He did a great job promoting the fight. And this all played into Turki Alalshik's plan. Turki Alalshik wanted Sheeraz. One of my friends even texted me. He was like, yo, wait a minute. How'd they become the main event? You know, like, who's this Sheeraz guy? And I'm like, listen, that's Turki's boy. Turki wanted to put him in a big spot so that this way, if he gets a big victory against a household name out here in the States, his name becomes automatically one of the household names, just like that overnight. And it worked. Because not only did he beat Edgar Berlanga, but he knocked Edgar Berlanga out. And prior to knocking him out, he knocked him down a couple times. So he not only beat Berlanga, but he put on a masterful performance, knocking him out early in the fight. And that just catapulted Sheeraz's career, his name. Now he's a household name, and now they are attaching his name to Canelo Alvarez. So this was all a part of the Turki Alalshik plan I was telling y'all about. That's the reason why. Everything that played out Saturday was exactly why I told y'all that about a month and a half ago. The reason that Berlanga is getting the main event slot over Shakur Stevenson, because Shakur Stevenson was on the Breakfast Club talking about it like, yo, man, if you take me out that card, it's not going to sell like that. Everybody's really going to watch because of me. He's right. He was 1,000% right. He was 1,000% right on that. But Turki Alalshik was thinking future, bigger business. He was thinking, okay, yeah, I could always work with Shakur. I could always bring him back, give him his own night as a main event. But I need the eyes. I need people to watch the event. So I'm going to use Shakur Stevenson's magnetic so people could come, draw people in. And right after that, now they're going to stay and watch the Hamza Sheeraz fight. And it made Sheeraz a star now. Now Sheeraz is a name that instantly overnight has been linked to Canelo Alvarez. So now Sheeraz is going to get that big payday. He's going to get that big day, you know, with Canelo Alvarez. I think win, lose, or draw, whatever happens in September with Canelo and Crawford is a one-off. I think that's just, you know, an event. It's going to be a one-off. And they're setting this up for next year, for Sheeraz versus Canelo next year. So this is it. It worked. His plan worked. He wanted Sheeraz to become a star in the States, just like Kell Brook did. Kell Brook came over here. He beat an undefeated champion who was the welterweight champion at the time, Sean Porter. He came from the UK, came over here, beat Sean Porter in American soil, took Sean Porter's title, and overnight, just like that, Kell Brook became a star in boxing and one of the biggest names in the division. And he wanted to execute that same plan with Sheeraz, and it worked. It worked. So, you know, hats off to Turki Alalshik. He had the vision. He saw it. He knew this was how it was going to play out. He knew Sheeraz would beat Berlanga, somebody that has a name, in his own city of New York, and this will catapult Sheeraz's career. So, mission accomplished, and we'll see. I'm sure they already linked the name to Canelo, so I'm sure we'll get that at some point next year. I'm Waz for Waz Media. Peace.